129. Research in the Sultanate to help treat genetic disorders, cancer early. US COVID-19 hospitalizations and deaths likely to increase in next 4 weeks according to CDC. India registers over 40,000 new COVID-19 cases today. Pakistan named 19-player squad for West Indies tests. In addition to that, and on the occasion of Pakistan's Independence Day, which is on August 14, we have a very special guest, His Excellency KK Ehsan Wagan, who's the Ambassador of Pakistan to Oman, joining us today. But before that, let's see how the weather condition looks like in the Sultanate in our weather update.
I'm Mantra Bose with your daily dose of weather, and we're reporting from the TFM studio in Alquare. Here's our fact for today. Wind causes generation of sound because movement of air leads to movement of parts of natural objects like grass or leaves. Even a soft breeze can lead to a low level of environmental noise. That was our fact for today. Now let's take a look at the weather update. An alert has been issued by Oman Meteorology and Civil Aviation Authority indicating poor horizontal visibility during thunder showers. Seas are also expected to be rough along the Arabian Sea coast. Apart from that, we've got partly cloudy to cloudy skies along the Dhofar coast and adjoining mountains with the possibility of a slight drizzle. The rest of the Sultanate will see mainly clear skies with the possibility of cloud formation, thunder showers, rain and downward draft winds over the Al Hajar mountains towards the afternoon. There is also possibility of late night to early morning low-level clouds over the Arabian Sea and Oman Sea coast. With that, let's take a look at what the weather will be like throughout the Sultanate. Muscat will be sunny with temperatures between 30 degrees Celsius and 36 degrees Celsius. Musandam will be sunny with temperatures between 34 and 39 degrees Celsius. North Al-Batana will be partly cloudy with temperatures between 32 and 37 degrees Celsius, and there's a possibility of thunder showers in South Al-Batana with temperatures between 33 and 42 degrees Celsius. Al-Buremi will be partly cloudy with temperatures between 33 and 46 degrees Celsius. Al-Dahira will be partly cloudy with temperatures between 30 and 45 degrees Celsius. Al-Dakhliya will be partly cloudy with temperatures between 28 and 42 degrees Celsius. North Al-Sharqiya will be sunny with temperatures between 26 and 42 degrees Celsius, and South Al-Sharqiya will also be sunny with temperatures between 29 and 38 degrees Celsius. Al-Wusta will be sunny with temperatures between 23 and 47 degrees Celsius, and we're expecting thunder showers in Dhofar too with temperatures between 24 and 27 degrees Celsius.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to TTV, you're watching Midday Update. Now, before we get into the details of the local stories for today, let's see how the COVID-19 situation looks like in the Sultanate. The Ministry of Health has announced the registration of 6 new death cases due to coronavirus in Oman today. With this number, the total deaths now stands at 3,974. The health officials have also extended their deepest condolences to the families of the deceased. In addition to that, the Ministry of Health has also announced the registration of 224 new coronavirus cases in Oman today. With this, now the total confirmed cases stands at 299,642, which also includes the total recoveries of 287,244, as well as total deaths of 3,974. In the last 24 hours, the health officials have also received 565 recoveries. The Ministry of Health has urged all the citizens and residents living in the Sultanate to follow the precautionary measures issued by the Ministry of Health and the Supreme Committee. As I mentioned earlier that in today's episode we have a very special guest joining us today, so let's welcome His Excellency KK Ehsan Wagan, who's the Ambassador of Pakistan to Oman. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us today. Wishing you and your team a very happy Independence Day in advance.
Thank you.
Your Excellency, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you, Madhya, for having me over, and happy independence to you and to your team as well.
Thank you so much. Now, Your Excellency, I know that we are still in the middle of the COVID-19 situation. I know it's not an appropriate question to ask, but how exactly are you celebrating the Independence Day, which is falling on Saturday?
At the start, let me wish my entire community residing in different parts of Oman 75th Independence Day of Pakistan. On this auspicious occasion, I wish every community member happy Independence Day, and pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep everyone safe and sound during this pandemic. Oman Pakistan relations has been extremely brotherly and great relationship, and our community has played a phenomenal role in promoting and developing this brotherly relationship. Today we have more than 200,000 Pakistanis. They are contributing in various walks of life. Their contribution has been substantial from Oman. They have remitted more than $1 billion remittances to Pakistan, and they have also substantially contributed for Roshan digital accounts opening in Pakistan. I must, on this happy occasion, I must also appreciate and offer my gratitude to the community for actively participating in the development of Pakistan. Before responding to your question, this was a little background I wanted to give it to audience and my community on this happy occasion. Now, coming to the question, of course, keeping in view the SOPs of Supreme Committee and the government of Oman, the pandemic is still very serious in the country, and everyone is advised to follow the SOPs and adhere to the decisions made by the Supreme Committee. So in line with the decisions of the Supreme Committee and the host authorities, we have decided to hold the flag hosting ceremony at the embassy. We are not organizing any big event in view of the COVID, and we wish everyone safe and safety and security during these pandemic times. Thank you.
Excellency, you already rightly pointed out about the ongoing pandemic situation, but I wanted to take this opportunity to ask you on this momentous occasion that if there is any special initiative taken for the community in the Sultanate.
I must, at the beginning, I must say that the government of Oman and the Supreme Committee has done a tremendous job to contain the COVID infection in the country. They have tried their level best to offer best medical facilities and the vaccines to the expert community, including Pakistani community members residing in the country. So with this assurance and the support which we are getting from Omani authorities, we believe that our community will be able to cope up the challenge posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, and most of the families, they have started already getting vaccines, and we hope that during this month the vaccination drive will further speed up so that majority of the population is vaccinated.
Your Excellency, I will definitely be touching on the vaccination drive that you have rightly pointed out, but right now we are live with our show and there is a lot of questions, a lot of queries coming from the Pakistani citizens living in the Sultanate asking about the resumption of flights. If you see any possibility of flights resuming to Pakistan anytime soon.
I know this has been a challenge for everyone. All expat community members living in the country, including Pakistani expats who are currently stranded in Pakistan. There are thousands in number. There are business community members, there are the workers, there are some unskilled or semi-skilled labor force. They wanted to come back to Oman. And we hope that in line with the GCC, other GCC member countries, like they have started allowing those expats who are completely vaccinated and they are carrying RT-PCR negative. They have been allowed in UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, and Bahrain. And we also expect that the soon Oman government will also allow such expats who are fully vaccinated and they are carrying RT-PCR negative test so that they can come back and join their families and join their businesses or resume their duties. So we hope that Oman government will soon consider the resumption of flights from different countries, including Pakistan. And we have also requested the Oman government to consider WHO members' guideline on these bases that those passengers who are duly vaccinated and carrying negative PCR tests, they should be allowed. So I hope, I'm expecting that the soon government of Oman will also decide in line with the other GCC member countries and in line with the WHO requirements.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for answering to that question. I'm sure a lot of viewers right now watching the show would be at some sort of relief to know that there are talks going on between the Pakistan government and as well as the Oman government. So thank you so much for taking up that. Now coming back to your point of vaccination rollout, you mentioned about that you are feeling positive that the vaccination rollout that has been taken in the Sultanate will will bear some good fruit. So how do you see this rollout?
I must acknowledge and appreciate the role played by the health officials, because they are the frontline workers, and under the guidance of His Majesty, the Supreme Committee, and other various government departments, they have done a phenomenal job to contain this global infections and viruses, especially in the aftermath of the new variant, Delta variant. The government has taken tremendous efforts to contain this virus, and we hope that with the vaccination drive, which is fully implemented throughout the Sultanate, this will definitely help to contain the pandemic in near future. If you look at the statistics, this is already coming down. Alhamdulillah, the deaths have come down. The hospitalization, especially in ICU, has substantially decreased. So these are the fruits of the efforts and the steps taken by the Supreme Committee and the Government of Oman. So we hope and we wish them great success in national vaccination drive to vaccinate the targeted group immediately during next 4 weeks or 6 weeks or so.
Right. Now, Your Excellency, before I bid adieu to you, because I know you have a lot of work pending right now and you are literally talking to me in the middle of the day, I would just ask you if there is any special message that you have for the community on this momentous occasion.
I have a couple of things which I wanted to say here also. One, that our flag carrier, national carrier, Pakistan International Airlines, has done a tremendous job in repatriation of Pakistanis. Big number, they have lost their jobs and they were not able to travel back to Pakistan, but the Pakistan International Airlines has done a tremendous job in repatriation of almost 18,000 Pakistani nationals. Since the closure of airspace, we have the ferry flights. Every week, 13 to 14 PIA flights, in addition to Oman Air and Salam Air, they have been operating between various cities of Pakistan. So I must acknowledge the role played by the Pakistan International Airlines and its team, even operating flights from Salalah. So this is a tremendous contribution and service to the fellow countrymen, and inshallah we will continue doing so. But my message to the community here today on this very important occasion is that the founding fathers of Pakistan made a resolution on this day that we will completely dedicate ourselves to contribute for the development, progress, peace and prosperity of newly born country. Today we are celebrating 75th Independence Day of Pakistan. I wish everyone a great success in their lives, and I also encourage Pakistani citizens to further contribute for the development of Pakistan. Like they have been substantially contributing for the promotion of investments in Pakistan. They have been sending remittances in Pakistan. They have actively contributed for opening of Roshan digital accounts in Pakistan. So I must encourage them that please continue playing your role for the development of Pakistan, and Pakistan owes you. So please continue doing this. On the last note, I would also encourage them to strictly follow the SOPs introduced by the government of Oman, follow all the rules and regulations which have been introduced, especially during the COVID-19 situation. This will not help us only our Pakistani community members, but it will also help the overall society. So on this happy occasion, once again, I wish everyone happy Independence Day, and I thank Times TV for giving me this opportunity to greet my Pakistani fellow countrymen living in various parts of the Sultanate. Thank you, Times of Oman, for this valuable opportunity.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. It's always a pleasure to have you on our show because we always have this amazing conversation. And of course, the main idea is to connect you to the community members here. So thank you once again for taking out time, and once again wishing you and all your team members a very happy Independence Day.
Thank you, Madhya.
Thank you so much, sir. Now continuing with our local stories for today, Ministry of Health will begin to vaccinate expats with the first dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine at the Immunization Centre in the Masira Sports Club from Friday, August 13, 2021. Masira Hospital announces the availability of the first dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine for expatriates at the Immunization Centre in the Sports Hall of Masira Sports Club starting from Friday, August 13, 2021 and for a period of 2 weeks. Please bring a resident card and are of the age group of 18 and above. For your safety, please adhere to the precautionary measures, the Directorate General of Health Services in North Sharqiya said in a statement. Now, the number of COVID-19 patients in intensive care units has dropped to 129 from 460, statistics from the Ministry of Health said. On June 24, Dr. Ahmed Mohammad Al Saidi, who's the Minister of Health and member of the Supreme Committee tasked with tackling developments resulting from coronavirus, had said the number of COVID-19 patients admitted to ICUs stood at 460, while 2,064 doctors have been attending the cases since the start of the pandemic. The minister also pointed out that at the start of the pandemic, government health establishments had less than 148 ICU beds. The number of those beds multiplied scores of times thanks to the unrelenting support of His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq and the sincere efforts of health workers, he said. People with genetic disorders and cancer can now be diagnosed and treated early thanks to new research and the latest medical equipment available at the Royal Hospital. The research, which is focused on diagnostics and laboratory analysis, aims to work hand in hand with medical devices available to counter the high rates of genetic disorders seen in the country, as well as record new cases of such ailments, said Dr. Musallam bin Said Al-Aremi, who is the head of the Department of Genetic Counseling, Clinical Services and Genetic Education at the National Centre for Genetic Health at the Royal Hospital. He said that thanks to the efforts, we were able to help 4,119 patients in 2020, up from 1,732 in 2016. Oman is among the countries that has a high occurrence rate of genetic For a child in Oman, the possibility of being born with a genetic disease is between 5.4 and 7%. Globally, however, this percentage does not exceed 4.4%. He also added that there is also an existing plan to use genetic diagnosis to analyze cancerous tissue. This helps increase the effectiveness of diagnosis, treatment, and evaluation of some common kinds of cancer in the Sultanate. More than 300 variants of genetic mutations have been detected in Oman. This includes 150 mutations of new genes and amino acids that are responsible for many of the genetic disorders seen globally, including metabolic disorders, single and multiple genetic disorders, and genetic diseases that have multiple causes. This was all from our local desk for today. It's time for us to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned for more updates from International Desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to TTV, you're watching Midday Update. And now from our international desk. The US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, commonly known as CDC, on Wednesday published an assembled forecast indicating the country's COVID-19 hospitalizations and deaths are likely to increase over the next 4 weeks. The ensemble forecasts predict 3,300 to 12,600 new deaths, 5,000 340,000 new cases likely reported in the week ending September 4. There will be 9,600 to 33,300 new confirmed COVID-19 hospitalizations likely reported on September 6, according to the ensemble forecasts. A total of 630,000 to 662,000 COVID-19 deaths will be reported by September 4th, said the forecasts. The previous forecasts published on August 4 predicted up to 642,000 deaths by August 28. Over the last several weeks, more reported cases have fallen outside of the forecasted prediction intervals than expected. This suggests that current forecast prediction intervals may not capture the full range of uncertainty. Because of this, case forecasts for the coming weeks should be interpreted with caution, said the CDC. As of Wednesday afternoon, there have been over 36 million COVID-19 cases and 618,457 fatalities in the United States, according to a tally by Johns Hopkins University. India's COVID-19 tally rose to 32,077,706 on Thursday as 41,195 new cases were registered during the day, and across the country, showed the Federal Health Ministry's latest data. Besides, as many as 490 deaths due to the pandemic since Wednesday morning took the total death toll to 429,669. There are still 387,987 active cases in the country, with an increase of 1,636 during the past 24 hours. A total of 31,260,050 people have recovered and been discharged from hospitals so far, out of which 39,069 were discharged during the past 24 hours. Once again, it's time for a quick commercial break, but stay tuned for more updates from our sports desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to TTV, watching Midday Update, and now from a sports desk. Pakistan has announced a 19-member test squad for the ICC World Test Championship, commonly known as WTC Fixtures, against the West Indies. The two-test series will commence at Sabina Park on Thursday. The squad was confirmed by Pakistan captain Babar Azam during his pre-series media conference on Wednesday. Looking at the likely team composition for the two tests and giving preference to well-being of the players, it has been agreed to release Haris Rauf and Mohammad Nawaz so that they can return to Pakistan and spend quality time with their families, Babar said in a Pakistan Cricket Board release. This will also give them a few extra days to relax, regroup and recharge for the commitment ahead, with commence with the series against Afghanistan. Talking about the upcoming test series against West Indies, Babar said, away test series are always challenging and it is our endeavour to be a high-performing side on away series. Red ball cricket is the pinnacle format of the game and is a test of skill, endurance, technique, patience and fitness. In the 17-test series played between the two teams, Pakistan enjoy a 6-5 edge over West Indies. However, the West Indies has a clear 4-1 lead over Pakistan in the 8th series placed in the Caribbean. With this news, we have come to the end of the episode for today, but stay tuned as we'll be coming next week with more updates and latest news your way. Keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.